Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 3 and our group members are Davina, Rona, Ardani, Desto, Ilma, Fitria and Kadek, Crismeilani, and we will explain a poem entitled To a Mountain Daisy.
Okay, the theme in this poem is love. Here, love that cannot unite because it is hindered by equality of wealth, perfection in the eyes of human, and the throne. Okay, little about this poem. To a mountain they see, on turning one down with the plough in April 1789, is a Scott poem written by Robert Burns in 1789. It was included in the Kilmarnock volume of Burns poems, published in that year. The poem tells of how the poet, while out with the plough, discovers that he has crushed Daisy's stem. And next, here's the body. Take a moment to conceptualize something in your mind, an object, a sound, a scan. Transcribe whatever you think about into language, transmitting to the reader the precise experience you had in your brain. Uh, Precise experience you had in your brain. This is imagery in literature, a powerful literature device that communicates our everyday sensory experience. The imagery in this poetry is we found in this poetry is visual and taste.
Okay, the first, we modest crimson tipped flower that includes in imagery, especially visual imagery or sight. The poet comes across the crushed stem of a daisy flower and acknowledges its position in the surrounding area and the world while establishing his own relationship with it. He expresses his appreciation of the daisy's beauty and color and confesses that it is beyond his power to save it, and thus it is a bad time for them to meet each other. The flower here actually symbolizes someone who is very beautiful with a nice or slim body shape. To sum up, she is an amazing person. And next, we can see with speckled breast. The poet actually compliments her breast and body, which is very amazed him. Then, actually, the woman struggled all her life, although faced with many problems. However, she still grew into a cheerful person in dealing with all these problems from the beginning of his birth till the end.
Okay, next is visual imagery or sight. We start from there. In the sentimental clad, the sweeney bosom sunward spread. Here is Jan is described as a woman wearing a thin robe. She is like going through a life that is not easy. She faced all problems even though with simplicity and confidence to get through the dark times at one point in her life. But in the end, all the problems resonate until they interfere with the dreams that had been arranged and planned. Next is gustatory imagery or taste. In here, we can say sweet flowers of the rural shade. Here, feel the romance in their love in this poem and the simplicity in their love. They feel so happy with their love without any think about uh, glorious. They can still feel happiness even though their love is simple, not luxurious. not in the majesty or something in gold of the kingdom, but in the beauty of the countryside.
Who long with once and whose has striven by human pride or sinning driven. No one wants to be in Jin's position, the ladies or the poet's position, full of disappointment, betrayal of love, and human pride that does not obey to wishes of the poet and his woman. Shining ways that are used to get them spirited and for their relationship to break up and end. No one wants to be miserable after fighting for the love. The poet and the woman wants to be together but are opposed because the poet is considered inappropriate and inappropriate for the woman he desires. Then, by all means, they were separated because of the pride of Father James. Even though Father James and Father Jean and his family came from a simple family. They wanted Jean to marry a man who seemed perfect and didn't match the poet who was equally simple.
Okay, and the last is conclusion. Conclusion from this poem is this poem tells about love that is hindered by blessing, where Jane's father does not allow Jane to marry a poet because they both belong to simple people. Although Jane is also simple but full of pride, his father wants Jane to marry a man who he thinks is perfect. The poet is very disappointed, sad, and depressed. He said all his frustration, disappointment, and distraction in the poem. Telling from the beginning, the poet found his woman, namely Jane, in the midst of many other beautiful women, and she seemed invisible. The woman and the simple poet once dead, even though in a simple way and not in grandeur, they could still feel happy. Until finally they had no spirit because their relationship was hated by the woman's father.
Singing, here's to never growing up.